Okay. Hello, friends. Sorry about that. But I think we're live. So hi guys. Welcome to our virtual write-in. Um, oh, I see y'all exclaiming it's live in the chat. Appreciate it, guys. Anyway, welcome to our virtual write-in. I'm Josie. I'm the programs associate at Nano. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and just hello, guys. Feel free to drop how you're doing in camp in the chat because it's our second week of camp. Um, so it could be your word count, just what you're working on. How's it going? I don't know how's it going. How's it going? And while y'all do that, I'll quickly explain what virtual writing is because I see some of y'all are new, which welcome, by the way. And basically, we'll just like chat for an hour, but I'll also share some prompts and we'll take some time to like do those prompts. And between those prompts, we'll like talk. It's great. Um, it's a good way to get some writing in, especially in your part of your busy day. Ooh, look at this. All y'all are doing stuff. Um, First off, I do want to say, um, if this is like if you like just started camp or you're a little like not sure if you're gonna make your goal, it's okay. Um, the good thing about camp is that you can set your goal and then you can edit it at any time on your dashboard. Which, by the way, if you haven't set your camp project goal, make sure you do that. You can do that by just going on your Nano dashboard and also update your word count. That's important. And let me look at what some of y'all are doing. I think a lot of y'all are doing like a bunch of things. Let's see. Decide for yourself. Is that 15K out of 40K? That's great. CB394 is that's 57,000. Okay, yeah, out of 150,000. Y'all, you are doing great. Takes me a little to like read numbers sometimes. So sorry about that. Mem the Maniacs at 36K by the end of today. Um, and I also see 50,000. Ooh, a 20K Demon Slayer fanfic. That's fun. I have some friends who always use camp for fanfic writing, which I think is great. I haven't personally done that. I did write like a short fanfic like last week, but it wasn't part of my goal. Um, Gently Lace is at 10K, wrote 42,000. It's an alternate history. Ooh, that sounds fun. Hannah's at 5K of a 10K word goal and might up your word count goal. Huh. If you're having trouble thinking of what you should word it, like up it by, I think just by like 5K would work, maybe like 2,000. Or you could just do like 1,000 like each week and see where it gets you. Um, anyway, y'all are doing great. So before we start, I do want to say we do have some more events coming up, and you can check that out on the NaNoWriMo calendar. And we have another virtual writing for Writers of Color this Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So yeah, if you want to write more with us, then we're there. Okay. Um, so those links will go in the thing real in the chat. And man, it's great seeing all of y'all's word counts. It's very exciting too. Like everyone's in different places, but y'all are doing like a lot. I've I'm like at 5K right now, but I'm revising, so like it's a little different for me. Okay, so I say it's time for us to let's get a little bit more of that word count in. So let's start with our first prompt. Um, you'll notice very quickly that I have a theme for this one, and it's going to be about emotions. So our first prompt is you're going to write a journal entry in the point of view of one of your characters. Let them reflect about the story events or vent about life for a little bit, or just let them like write about like how are they feeling about what's going on right now. And of course, if you don't really want to use that prompt, that's fine too. You're free to just keep working on what you're working on and just write what gives you joy. So we'll write for 5 minutes and let me get my timer. Where'd it go? That is not my timer. There it is. There you go. Okay. So we'll write for 5 minutes. So we'll write until three, or not three, that's my time, till 11 on the clock there, which would be okay. And let's go, guys. And welcome back, guys. 5 minutes are up. Feel free to say how that sprint went for you. You can drop your word count or talk about what you wrote, whether it was about the prompt or something else. So while y'all do that, I actually use the prompt because I'm like revising that. Okay, I like just finished revising a chapter, and I was like kind of struggling, like going to the next one. And I feel like doing this prompt helped me like get in the mindset of my character and how she should like be reacting to the situation. Because right now, like it's all these like wild things happen to her, and like trying to like come from that perspective is kind of hard sometimes. So it helped, honestly. I'm glad I did that. Okay, so yeah, 41 words, 182 words, 150 words. And don't worry if you're not speedy. That was only 5 minutes. I don't expect anyone to write like 5,000 words in 5 minutes. Which if you can, that's really impressive. But I'm seeing some good advice here to never write hungry. That's very important. Please eat. Or I know last time I like wrote while hungry, I just started like writing about food and like my characters were writing up like eating food. And I was like, man, I wish I was eating this right now. And I was like, wait, I can just like go and get something like right now. Let's see. I see Lee X's writing hungry is actually such a thing because every mug metaphor becomes so kitchen centric. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Um, I see Ash Y says, I need to make my character suffer a bit more. So I add in his thoughts about his parents' divorce and how he didn't know what direction he should take in college. Um, that's really interesting. And also, that's kind of related to like my thing, where I wanted to like make sure I revise more of a reactions, like emotional reactions in my revision. So I'm in a similar place. Um, I see from Michelle 203 words, none of which made sense. It's okay. Words don't have to make sense. If you're right, it's good enough. Um, Grace said, help this prompt help to kind of pin down my character's voice and attitude as well as perspective on the story, since I'm writing it in first person point of view. And from Francesca Tozy, I wrote my character's entry as a letter for another character that was gone at the time of writing. Help me figure out how she felt about it. 146 words. Yeah, I really like how all of y'all were using this. If you did use the prompt, it was to get more in your character's head, which was kind of my intention. um, okay, sorry guys. Like every time I read like a comment about y'all's like talking about writing all hungry, it just makes it it's really funny to me. Um, I see KB Arch said writing hungry can make your characters come off angrier than they should be angry. Okay. I was like, okay, there, okay. So while we're on the topic of getting in your characters' heads, I did have a question for y'all. So I wanted to ask, what are your favorite ways to learn more about your characters? Do you like filling out those character questionnaires? Do you like writing silly stories about them? Um, I know some people like get really into their character and like try to do things they do, kind of like um, method acting, I guess, method writing. Um, or do you have like some unique ways to figure out how you get into your character's head? That's what I'm wondering about. Dude. Ooh, there we go. Okay. There's a little bit of lag when I like talk. So if you ever get me like sitting here, it's just because I'm reading or I'm waiting for y'all to like answer. So let's see. Christian says, I'm a discovery writer. So a lot of it is just throwing them into conflict and finding out how to handle it. Um, I do love the term discovery writer. And yeah, I feel like to some extent, like that is like what you have to do at some point. You just have to write the characters out and see what they do. View for Ryan says characters in my book are inspired by people in real life. That's always fun. I think when I like a lot of mine are inspired by real life, but like I don't think there's like one-to-one inspirations. It's like like a mishmash of different friends, maybe my own personality traits, different family members, all of that stuff. Maybe there are one-to-ones. I just haven't thought about it. Um, Alyssa, sorry if I say anyone's names wrong, by the way. Says I write them in different scenarios that might have happened in my life and seeing what they would do in the situation that they're in. Ooh, I like that. Like twisting like scenarios in your own life and going, what if? Good at like plot thing too. Um, I do see some people talk about questionnaires. Um, KB Archer says, I like doing questionnaires once I already have the essence of the character down to develop some more. Before then, it can feel like too many details to handle. Um, yeah, that's actually something that like came up with me personally. Like I do love the questionnaires, but like I know like especially when I was like in high school, I would like always do them. And I feel like I would like have all these like really little details, but like not actually know how these characters would react to certain situations. And while I think like having those little details helps a lot, um, sometimes like you do need to like move past by that at some point. Um, I see Decipher Yourself says, because of lag, subtitles are slightly ahead of you, which is sort of like time travel-y. I think we talked about the subtitles like last week and how they're just kind of weird. um, from Lewis, my characters felt the most when they have conversations and interact with other characters. Yeah, character interactions are like important to figuring these things out. I think I know I struggle a lot when like characters are like in scenes by themselves because I'm like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? There's like and you have to like figure out like how to fill up the page because like so it's like necessary sometimes. Like they have to be by themselves. Uh, ooh, and I also see people like talk about characters in relation to themselves. Like Reagan says, didn't know I did this at first. My characters all have a foundation, one personality trademark, then they evolve from there. Uh, and then aspiring writer says, follows up with or character trait I wished I had or aspire to have. I know I do that a lot personally. Like, make sure, like, especially with protagonists, because it like helps me like explore like some of like how I handle some events or like how to process some things. Um, I guess it just sounds like therapy, like writing therapy or something. Which yeah, don't we all do that at some point? Use our poor characters as like um vehicles to figure out our own emotions, which is fine, obviously. Anyway, oh, okay. So that's a good discussion, but I say we get right back into writing. Where did my prompt go? Here it is. Okay. Y'all don't know how many tabs up I have up like at all times. It's kind of ridiculous, but I found it. Um, so our next prompt, we're gonna write for like 10 minutes. So, okay, your character is angry about something. That's the emotion we're going with this time. But you're only going to use dialogue to express your character's anger. So, what are they angry about? Is it over a person or a certain event? How do they handle that anger? Does it motivate them or take action, or do they need to be alone? Um, I say use only dialogue, just like challenge yourself a little bit. And I feel like you can do a lot just expressing emotion through dialogue alone. And of course, you can like ignore my prompt completely. You can also just ignore like parts of it. Like if you're like, Josie, I'm gonna write like more than dialogue, and I'll be like, okay, have fun. You just do whatever you think is fun at the moment. Or keep writing on what you're writing. Um, so we'll write, as I said, for 10 minutes. Where did my timer go? There it is. It's like hide and seek over here at all times. And we'll write until 33 or 34 because the top climb clock just timed. Okay, so have fun, guys. And there we go. And time's up. Welcome back, guys. Like before, feel free to leave how that sprint went for you. You can share your word count or what you wrote about or what you were working on during that time. How'd that prompt go for you? While you do that, for me, I wrote a scene with, kind of skipped ahead, and I wrote a scene with the antagonist and protagonist. And initially, I was like, oh, obviously the protagonist should be like the one being like, oh, this is why I should stop you speech. But like, when I wrote, it was more like the antagonist like giving more of their reasons of why they were doing the thing. And then was like, that helped me get more into their head and like the whole point of like their whole motivation a little more, made more clear. Cause like that was something I've been struggling with. This revision session. Let's see. I hope none of y'all were too hangry while doing all that. And get some food in. Okay, so I see some of y'all are at it. Let's see. Samaria left a little, Samaria Driscoll left a snippet. I'm angry about myself. I have a trunk load of guilt that I can't shake off because I'm scared. I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want to hate myself just because I'm normal and outside. That's good. You can really feel it just from dialogue alone. And then here's some word counts. Y'all are doing great. Lee says 304 words. My scene's going a little bit longer than I've expected so far. I love it when that happens during sprints. I feel like with the longer ones, especially, it's like kind of hard to like shake yourself out and like stop because you're like, oh, I want to keep writing actually. Let's see. Alessa says, my character Alaska was writing about her sister always treating her differently while she's around her friends. My class was being treated like a small bug, simply being ignored constantly. Oh man. Tachimi says, had to delete all my work. I'm working offhand written pages and forgot to do the backside of my pages. So I retyped 83 words. Oh no, I hope you're okay. I will say I am someone who also writes handwritten as much as I can, and you know, typing it over takes some effort sometimes because I'm like, I don't know what I wrote here actually. Let's see. Ooh, Ava says 306 words. I wrote about my character's angry about finding out his parents were adopted, and how they were not so angry about being adopted, not knowing their birth families. Ooh, a complicated sort of anger. Jeanette says my character's angry about a threat to her family and has to address it, can't find the source. Francesca wrote about siblings fighting after not properly dealing with grief. David said, I didn't write an angry scene, but a scene where one of my MCs apologized to my protagonist for unfairly blaming him for the situation. I like all this because I feel like I get like a hint of like y'all's conflicts in your stories. And like getting that handle of the conflict is just very important. Oh yeah. It's okay, Hope, for tuning in late. And we are doing another sprint, doing one more sprint after this. Which, oh yeah, okay. Okay, I have another question for y'all. This is a little bit more silly. But it's kind of based on a topic that I saw in the forums, the Nano forums, and it's I want to know, are you someone who knows the title of your book right away, or someone who ends up with a placeholder title? Share some of your titles, whether they're real ones or wacky work in progress ones. I'm always interested about placeholder ones because I feel like, at least for me, I'm someone who like has a placeholder, whether it's like a title or a name or like a name place, and I just never change the placeholder. So I like should probably commit like right away because I've ended up with really weird names just because I don't want to change the placeholder name. Let's see. Decide for yourself says title first. Aspiring writers, it depends on the story. Jeanette says, I hate titles. You know, every time I like post like fan fiction or short stories, I'm like, I do not know what I'm gonna title this. I don't know if anyone like um I know like it's really common for fanfic writers to just like take lyrics of songs and make that the title. And I like do that because I'm like really can't think of anything else. But sometimes I accidentally pick like the same lyrics because I really like the song and I'm like, oh no, I should change that. Let's see. Ooh, Mary McCoyley has a fun one. The 17 Stories of Lydia Artichoke. And you can come up with title first. I love that. That's a great story name. Lydia Artichoke. I love that name. Mem the Maniac says, it usually takes me a bit to come up with titles, but I get it pretty quickly. Sometimes I change it later though. MT Legend says, I use different colors for different projects I'm working on until I get a title. Ooh, I like that. Color coding's fun. Christian says, my title is Overworld. I love those like one word titles because they're like usually like have so much impact. Like, and it's like I feel like they stand out a lot. I don't know if I'll use one word title personally, but I do like them a lot. My chat's moving. I'm trying to read. Lee says my placeholder title is Wolf Squire Midwife Man. I probably won't have a solid title time more than halfway through the book. I like how you like know, like you have an idea of when you'll get the title. Because I feel like I'll just not know. But that's a pretty good title on its own. CB394 says depends on the project. Start for President started out as a placeholder title and stuck. Hey, sometimes placeholder titles really just work. Nekokashi says placeholder title all the way. Can't even decide on a name for my MC. Title is too much to ask in the beginning. You know, the MC is usually like the one character I always like get like right away, and then I realize later that I should probably put more effort into the other like side character names. Pittman says I have 9 titles for my cozy mystery series and no plots, only idea who was murdered, not why or who. Ooh, but I feel like that's important with mysteries. That's fun though. Dear/ear says I very much use placeholder titles. Some of them are really very dumb. Other times they get longer titles like romance novel. Imagino says I usually think of a title first. My current fic is the Book of Catharsis, and named after one of the MCs. Gently Lay says I need a title of my book right away. It's The Asquith Affair. Ooh, alliteration. Northern Film Group says Extraordinary Lives with Elfin. Ava says my title's Dream Chaser. I do the title first or theme first. Yeah, I feel like theme is really important. That's my timer. To make sure I don't talk too much. But I'm like reading these titles a lot. Uh, Hold on, I just see move and my plan says I either know it before I start writing or like right now I have no idea and had the title my nano project Graves. It's okay. My nano project right now is just called revision. Because I still don't know what my project's gonna be called. Um, I don't know if y'all have this problem, but like I'm pretty sure mine's gonna be like a series, and I'm like, I have no idea what to call this. Because I feel like it's harder with a series because like they kind of all have to match. And like that stresses me out. So I just don't have a title right now. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna read like a few more before we get to our last prompt. Um, Ophelia says titles for me are just for my own fun. I figure someone along the way of publishing will argue for retitling if and whenever I get that far. That's true. Someone else can do it. um, Holly Mistletoe says I wrote a fantasy where I used untitled, but MC was nobility, but stripped of his title, so now it's called the Untitled. That's that's great. Ooh, and I love like y'all's fun titles. Stacy has Angel Armies. Lewis has the Serpent Bishop. These are great. I love this. Ashwise has I Wish on Forever. That's cute. I like that. Um, and then the set for yourself has some advice that I'll read. It's if you can't pick a title with at least two meanings, it adds depth and makes the title mean more for readers. Who know? That's my 2 cents. Yeah, I think that's good. Um, yeah, I feel like there's also just not a good timing for like when you can get your titles because some of y'all got right away, some of y'all wait for it. But whatever works for you. We'll get to our titles one day. If I ever get a title, I'll make sure to tell y'all because I really don't know. Okay, so let's do our last sprint. Where'd my thing go? There it is. Okay, so it's kind of a twist on our last one. So this sprint is going to be your character is now super happy about something. So write a scene where they're expressing that happiness. But the catch, this time, you can't use dialogue, only body language. So some guiding questions are, were they happy about, did they accomplish something, or are they just spending time with someone they love? Again, you can ignore this prompt completely. You can ignore me saying don't use dialogue and rebel against me. I think that's in the nano spirit sometimes. And or just keep writing what you're writing. We'll write for about another another 10 minutes. Yeah. And that will be till 58. Yeah, okay. So 10 more minutes and have fun, guys. Especially and good luck if you're doing body language only. Yeah. And time's up. Since that was our last sprint, feel free to leave your final word count, like your word count total, or just how that sprint for you. Yeah. I didn't realize, like, from CB394's comment, they said not so much body language as in physical description. I was like, yeah, I should put description instead of body language in that prompt, because that's what I ended up doing, like writing a lot about description. But you know, hey, you didn't have to follow the prompt exactly. Ooh, congrats, Christian, for finishing a chapter. 400, 724, 555, 250, 222. Okay, I love these like word counts that are like, it's the same number, or it's like just like an even number. Like, it's so clean. I love it when the number is just so nice. But yeah, congrats guys on all your on all the writing you did. I hope after this, you're able to get some more writing in. But yeah, so that's the end of our sprint. So just a little reminder to set your camp goal if you haven't already, or update your word count. And if needed, make sure you update your goal if you feel like it's not working out for you. You can do that anytime. And also make sure you check out our events on the Nano site. Especially because we have the Writer's Color virtual write-in this week if you want more write-ins. And make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell for notifications so you know when our next write-in is. And you can say hi to all the Wrimos you've been talking to in this chat. So thank y'all guys. I hope y'all learned something from this stream. We'll learn a little more about your character. Since it's me, I don't have Blobby because he doesn't live in my house, but I do have my writing buddy right here. This is Charlie. He's a walrus. He's gonna say bye. So bye guys. Thank you for coming. Maybe you'll see Charlie next week.